Hello, VCC OCE. Today we have a 2-2 matchup between Silent Horror and Team 3 Graces. So, what are you expecting coming from this map veto with Haven, Ascent, and Lotus if we get to the decider?
Yeah, that's a good question, Glitch. Haven is a very interesting map because it can go either way, really, for teams. Some teams have developed really strong defenses on this map, not letting them get any space, holding them at the choke, similar to how you'll see Lotus players with teams often liking to take A main and force them towards B or C, where your Sentinels will usually play. But at the same time, it's also a map where you can really turn a strong attacker side to your favor and get those early rounds. It can be difficult to manage 3 rounds as defense, and rotates a king here. Lurking is really important too, so it'll really come down to which team is better at seizing and controlling space. Um, we've seen in the past Silent Horror, very aggressive team, always willing to take that space, gamble for it. I'm not too familiar with Team Three Grace's approach to the game, but I imagine they probably have a similar plan in mind. Just seize that space, really just try and control the sites, make sure they can only go one way, and I guess we'll just see lots of brawls for that early space. Um, but then we'll have the next map, Ascent. It'll be very different. Ascent is typically a very um, controlled map. You gotta be strong on your defaults. You gotta really control the information that's coming in and out, and look for the weaker side. Try and play for picks, and it can be very difficult to get any space as an attacker. It's typically a defender-sided map, and we see that T3G will start on defender, so they'll have that advantage on the first map. But the disadvantage on Haven, the second map, but the disadvantage on Haven, the first map, because controlling 3 sites can be quite difficult on defense. Yeah, provided we make it to the third map, Lotus, again, a 3 site map, very similar to the way you'd probably see fights happening on Haven. Just taking that space, taking that control, really just brawling it out for sites and getting that critical space to stop retakes from flooding in and vice versa. So it really could be a quite interesting matchup between these teams.
Yeah, and we're about to head into Agent Select here. And yeah, as you've said, it's gonna be pretty interesting. Hold on.
We'll be getting a first look at these picks here, seeing what kind of things they want to run on it. We're seeing a Vise pick, which can be quite effective on this map, being able to lock down C or B site, using that wall for information. Rows of Thorns just denying any ability to just run onto site, especially for fast plays. We're seeing a double duelist comp coming from the side of T3G, really looking to just be aggressive and take that space that I was talking about before. Just really wanting to kick in the door at sites, clear them out, use that utility, that relay bolt from Neon could go huge.
Yeah, yeah. I mean the neon jet is a interesting combo. Um, it's not. I mean, usually when you see a double duelist on this map, you see like an ISO Yor or something like that. But a neon jet is definitely not standard. So it'll be interesting to see what ideas they come to this game with that.
Absolutely. And we're seeing that Silent Horror are opting for a solo duelist, playing more of a utility heavy idea, which again can be really good on this map, allowing them to take defaults, really claim space with utility and play off each other. Having Neon solo entry has been seen to be pretty effective on this map, but it can also bring some challenges not being able to, get out of really dangerous space like a jet or maybe even a raise could. So it'll be interesting to see how these fights play out in
Oh,
these early rounds.
can you tech? I think.
Do you need to pause?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, it's late.
Yeah.
We'll just roll back the round, I guess. Like current round. Sorry about that. We're just having issues on my
Activate
side.
rollback.
Yeah. let's see here. I'm just gonna go. Huh. Okay, sorry. We will just go on a short break. It shouldn't be too long. Yeah, we'll be right back. Okay. Oh, that is the wrong screen. There we go. We are back live. Okay, and yes. Okay. Okay, let's get into this game.
I'm out of here.
a little bit of a mess up. But anyways, aggressive player A main. Naturals running up, but Team 3
Go, go, go.
Graces have walked up mid here. It's gonna be up to Cruz here. He gets spotted out though. But Natural's able to back him up. Tomic and Natural both get a frag. Now it's a 3v5. Viceroy trade onto Cruz. Gets Void.
Down.
Now it's just 3v2 apparently.
I'm out of here.
They have info on the last two. And Natural's just taking all this free space in CT. Bomb is slowly crawling its way to C. And Viceroy is wary of the C angle.
Spike planted.
Spike gets planted. Smoke goes into C long. They seem pretty aware that they're going to be playing towards this garage and C long angle, as Natural's got a deep line and CT. Silently jumping up window. Tomic spots him out. More noise made by Viceroy. Both spotted out. Now they can play more confidently towards side. The blind has it out.
Enemy remaining.
Natural
Last
gets
player
the
standing.
trade, but it's Natural versus Silent.
Go, go, go.
Silent gets spotted out. Natural still has a relay bolt and a Tiger. It's just too much. And the time is not there. And Silent Horror take the first round.
That was definitely an interesting round, Glitch. We saw a lot happening there. That battle outside of A main going into both sides' favor originally, and then it really could have gone either way. Like those two trades that came off the back of each other on both sides just really made it difficult. Gotta get a bit of replay of this last round.
One enemy
Silence
remaining.
actually making it look like it's going in the favor of T3G, but Natural just playing for time, managing to win out that round.
Yeah, and that comes in both sides, starting it out. And this aggressive play in mid has gone really wrong. The Outlaw and the Sting are just farming. And they're looking for, hopefully, a clean anti-eco. Natural might get caught out here, but Primary not able to get the stable shots with the Classic. And now, Silent left it a 1v5 with the Classic and 2 shock darts. And Natural gets right-clicked, but no damage done.
Again, we're seeing these aggressive plays. We're seeing that Team 3 Graces understand they're on an eco and are just looking to force a fight, maybe catch them in the default and getting, dropping a rifle or two, just really trying to make that eco play work out. But unfortunately, Silent Horror was just ready for it and they just took him out. There's not much you can do there, you have pistols and whatnot. You got to respect the play, but unfortunately at the end of the day, it just didn't work out in the favor of T3G. Silent Horror pulling the round.
Yeah, and now Silent Horror going into this next round. Bonus conversion on the cards. Natural taking this aggressive line A1. Silent solo anchor of A here, and it seems like Silent Horror have kind of read this. We've got 4 people situated towards this A long and A short area, but the flood smoke comes in and the defenders trying to flood through CT, and now they've got through inside.
Spike planted.
Tomic seems aware of the angle, and the Spectre wins out! Silent gets taken down. Natural gets spammed through the smoke. Tomic with another on site. Viceroy rotating through CT. Sahil gets 3 on site! And now, it's just up to Void in a 1v3. And Void can't do it. And no bonus conversion, but solid damage.
I'd still be pretty happy if I was Silent Horror with that round. Still managing to get to the side, take the bomb, and get 2 rifles out of the hands of T3G there. But the get those 3 and really turn the round back into the favor of T3G. Securing their first round here, and yeah, bringing it to a 1-2. Silent Horror now on his kill side might be able to respond to the sides a lot better this round.
Yep, I got called on Discord for any of the viewers. That was me. We see more of a default coming up from Silent Horror, but Team 3 Grace is still doing this aggressive play in mid. Turret gets broken out. Crack up seems to wear this window angle, but he turns away. Natural gets the frag. Now, slides out. Natural able to get the trade onto Sahil's in. Now a 4v3. And Primary's got a judge. He's sitting in a garage, playing with the smoke. And Silent Horror, on the other hand, we're lurking up A with this wall. Just the Viper wall creating so much pressure that they don't know about. Silent, he's having to gamble here. And he's gonna have to give up A site for free. And a retake on A site when you're down numbers might not end too well. The smoke comes in for short, maybe a bit early, and now they know that they can just play aggressive here. Natural to him to get a kill here, to not throw away the man advantage, and Viceroy able to punish him. Void, however, trade onto Silent. Now Viceroy flooding up his CT. Seems aware of Void's position. Toms came in. Tomic, Void, both swing out. Tomic able to get the kill onto Primary, gets another onto Viceroy, and Silent Horror looking in control.
Another great round from Silent Horror here. We're seeing they're winning out these early aggressive fights in mid. T3G have been very keen on taking those fights in mid, and I think 3 out of the 4 rounds they pushed that. Decision after getting a good trade.
Last player standing.
Rotating back towards A and just really securing that side. Getting that free side wins them that round. Just good decision making on the side of Silent Horror. Great comms coming through on that side.
Yeah, coming into this next round, so Hilton might want to get this orb here, but it's an aggressive roll in mid. 4 people swing out window, no kills yet. So Hilton gets 1, gets 2! Ready with the slide. Able to swing out again, but Cruz sits him down. Now, 3v4. Primary wants to take his own turn at fighting mid here. Spots out Tomic. Tomic sees where the angle. Viceroy though catches Gamble now. Crack up, catches Tomic. Cruz gets the trade, but Silent able to close out the round.
I don't even know what to make of that round there, Glitch. Again, we're seeing these two teams just willing to fight for this mid space. And this time, T3G managed to turn it into their favor. That early part of the round, a lot of people almost clearing out the hill. Just being able to see that set it in motion for T3G.
One enemy remaining.
Round that looked like
Spike down mid.
Yeah, these mid fights have been crazy to watch, and it looks like both teams are starting to back off a little bit and respect their more traditional side pushes.
Yeah, and it looks like Natural's gonna want to try and use this overdrive here. Spot out the Vice Wall, fade it out, fade out the Thorns as well. The smoke comes in, but they don't know that they've actually got a free C site here. But all of Team 3 Graces have decided to rotate over. A and B are completely open. Silent now realizing, and they're doubling back. But it looks like the call is going to be a re-hit into C. But 3 people waiting for GambleNets in Garage. Spots out Viceroy. GambleNets opting to play it a bit safer here. Opting to fight this B angle. Primary might have him though. And he does. Natural. I'm going to try and fight this as well. So heals and spots out Tomic. Primary gets 2 into mid. Tomic sits down to heals and Natural. Another frag. Grack up. Trade onto Natural. Tomic another in mid. And Grack up. Able to clean it up and equalize the score.
And we're seeing these star rounds being very disciplined, very team play based. We saw that Team 3 Graces were playing for that information off the seawall. They all insta-rotated off that noise, but it was enough to stop Silent Horror from wanting to push. And then it went from this stacked
one enemy remaining.
Individual fights. There were so many 1v1s going through that map that
looks like I was
round, but T3G managing to pull ahead and bring it to a 3-3.
So many ults online for Team 3 Graces. You've got to expect another round coming in for them. The Hunter's Fury gets brought out, but no tags coming out from it. Primary is able to get Natural on the entry, and now the whole attack of Silent Horror is stalled. The bomb, however, taken control of by Sahilzen. Tomic Void gets a kill onto Primary, but Sahilzen is just fragging everyone with the overdrive, and now suddenly Team 3 Graces are in so much control.
Yeah, you can see that these individual plays coming from the side of T3G at the moment, complemented by the teamwork backing up and making that possible, is really giving them an edge in these heavy fights. Silent Horror have been falling into their traps in a lot of ways, really just walking into their
one enemy remaining.
It's over.
Pulling some rounds away from T3G.
Instantly Natural jump peeking window, spots out Grack up into Hilson.
Spike down mid.
The blind comes out to push him off the line. So heals it, stunned up in the smoke. Natural, the Bucky isn't able to flick over the Grackup, and Grackup has got 3 into the round, make that 4. He's going for the ace. Gamelnat spotted out, but Viceroy steals it!
doesn't want to let him get that ace there. Yeah, I mean, there's not much to be said for that. That was an insane round by Grackup, just getting 4 in B again. To challenge that mid control. 18-3 was respected, but it's like, yeah, Grackup just coming through, getting that 4K, having it stolen last minute by Viceroy, but you can't understate that play from Grackup there. There's great aim regardless of eco or not. Still 4 people versus 1. Insane work from Grackup.
And again, middle seems to be very important to Team 3 Graces, but Gamelnat's able to sister heals him down. More of a deeper line this time. Grackup with the trade. Primary gets the kill onto Natural. Grackup another kill onto Gamelnat. Silent with the off. And now Tomic left in a seemingly impossible 1v4. But he does have Omenot. If he's able to get this frag onto Silent, and he might have a chance. Primary taking another frag. He gets another. Spots out Grackup. Spots out Viceroy, but isn't able to get the shots off in time.
An unfortunate round there. Again, just the trades coming through, it always looking like it's in one side's favor, and then it just flips straight away to the end there. You know, we started off, we had the pick on the side of Silent Horror, getting that early kill, but just getting wrapped around and attacked from all sides, really just making it hard for them to be able to solidify that place. Looks like we've got a tech pause coming in here. I think we've had an unfortunate disconnection of Natural.
Wow. I never would have seen this coming.
It wouldn't be a VCC OCE tournament if there wasn't at least a few tech pauses, right?
Yep.
What are we thinking here, Glitch? What's it looking like? Do we think T3G are going to pull this off, or are Silent Horror going to start making some adjustments here and really start bringing rounds back into their favor?
Yeah, honestly, T3G look in control. Their mid pushes have really been working, and Silent Horror right now don't have the answer to that. And for T3G, it's just going to be up to them to find, to just keep this momentum up. And for Silent Horror, they just need to find some sort of answer to this. Like they've just been getting picked off one by one, very fast every round. They have 5 ultimates. It is an eco round, but they still have the overdrive to work with, and hopefully we see some sort of play come out from them that's able to utilize this.
Be very difficult for them to pull this round too. It looks like they're going for an eco buy, opting to buy for the next round, really put all their pressure onto that. If I was Silent Horror here, I think I'd be looking to go back to those tried and tested side executes. We're trying to play T3G's game. We're seeing them fight that mid space. We're seeing them fight down A, and every time they're being answered with numbers. They're being answered with confidence. Yeah, maybe Silent Horror need to adjust here. Maybe need to start looking back towards heavier side hits, and let them take that space, cut them off from each other, and potentially wrap them later on. But it's really difficult to do that. I mean, again, T3G is pushing straight through mid, cutting the attack in half, making it difficult for them to cancel and re-hit a different site. So, you know, it's easy for us to say what could or couldn't work, but you got to remember too, Silent Horror don't have the information we have, and they haven't been able to successfully get onto C yet, so they don't know that Vise is playing heavy offside as well, and that they tend to rotate very heavy to the C side as well, looking to play off that wall. The second that wall gets triggered, we saw in that previous round, I think it was round 2, that T3G just all ran straight to the barrier. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see how they like to adjust in the coming rounds. If they can bring this to a 6-6 or a 7-5, that would be very good outcome for Silent Horror. But right now, it looks like it's pretty dominant in the favor of T3G.
Yeah, I mean, you summed up everything there. Just T3G have the read right now, and Silent Horror need to go back to these site heads. Need to try and find some more information, because right now the information they have on the map is just like, it's just simply they fight mid and we go A and we lose, and then C they weren't able to get through the visor. To them it just seems like every lane is covered, and so trying to find out these gaps of these fast rotates, it's not an easy task to do, and I mean, obviously they haven't figured it out yet, so looking for a 7-5 half would be good for them. And it looks like we are heading
we're
back
into it.
Okay. Yeah, the timer is ticking, and we're seeing another mid fight. I've seen this before, but the dart comes out, instantly broken out. Back up, dash active. But he gets the kill into natural with the spam. So heals in, he's looking for more. Lambo catches him out. To a stun. He wants this kill. Nats with the Bucky crack up. It's a trade. And he gets another. Tommy with the trade though. Viceroy sits him down. The TP. And he doesn't hit the shot. Void taken down by Primary in the mid fight. Holding tried and true.
You know, these teams are making it very difficult in my role as an analyst to really talk about these rounds because they're over in seconds. But I gotta say, anytime I've seen Gamble Nats in this tournament with that shotgun, he's always being able to get that
Your fault.
not expecting. I honestly that, but the flip coming through is great. Drakar just coming through, getting three, but still a pretty solid round on the side of Silent Horror. They managed to take out, what was it, 2 or 3 guns on an eco? That's probably the best you can hope in this situation.
Yeah, and immediately another fight mid. So heals in spawn, and I mean Silent Horror, they are so aware of this. They can't be thinking that they're not here already. Viceroy, careful the C angle. Aware, but heals and gets 2. I've played these games before. He gets a 3rd. Cruz gets to come to the heal, but it's just not enough, and they are just running them down.
Last round before the
I feel like I'm just repeating myself at this point. There's not much else I can really say. Silent Horror trying to find that mid-fight, trying to even play more of a lurky, quiet style with sitting with the judge in with
Blinding press.
just not being
Now we win.
Launching forward. Remove my wall.
to maintain that control towards A.
Now we
It
win.
does look like Silent Horror are walking towards C here, and they might find a gap. Depending on how T3G play this next round, this could be the answer they're looking for.
Yeah, and it seems like they're just going for a fast seed. The Omino spots out there north on site. Natural decides to take this aggressively.
You should run.
Killjoy ultimate. It's deep, but it segments the site in 2. Plant attempting to go in. The Hilton isn't watching the angle. Topic and Cruz both get a frag. Now it's a 5v3, but 2 of the members of Silent Horror are low. The Viper's Pit does come out though. Silent able to get the kill onto Natural. That's one of the high HPs. Oh my God. Hopefully wanting him to stick, but Primary gets the kill into Topic instead. Now, 2 low HPs, but they have a Viper's Pit. Primary gets 2! Now it's just up to Nats, and he can't do it! And a 3v5 conversion for Team 3 Graces.
Yeah, that's bringing us to a 9-3 half on the side of T3G, and being able to get that scoreline on defense on a map that is,
Switching
at least in my opinion, pretty attacker-sided, being able to lock down the sides. We saw that aggression was
Welcome to my world.
enemy remaining.
They even had a pretty solid round from all angles, doing enough damage from the people on site to make that retake possible. Seeing how Silent Horror are going to react to this on defense, see if they can cut and curb this momentum from T3G will be really interesting. We've seen that they were extremely aggressive on defense. Are they going to maintain that aggression on their attack, or will they go for more of a default sort of switch it up, make Silent Horror keep guessing. We'll be seeing very soon how these teams are going to play these different sides. It's going to be very interesting to watch.
Yeah, and coming into this round, Natural taking aggressive by a long. Cruz, Natural forced to back off from the Swift-Up. So heals in, stuns himself, Cruz capitalizes. Natural, and another kill for Viceroy. Cruz, another in backside. Now 2v5. Natural is low. And also Silent.
I have the spike.
Primary grabs the spike, wants to leave. And the rotates come in. Natural, wary of the C angle, the C angle could be a possibility, but 3 still stacked towards A. It's the hardest side to retake. Silent brought down to 1 HP. Only 2 on A, but Natural has found himself in attacker spawn. He spots out the Omen.
One enemy
It's
remaining.
one, flicks over the primary, and gets both.
Gun
And
here.
that is a double pistol, but still a rough scoreline for Silent Horror.
I mean, we've seen teams come back on this map before, switching sides, and it looks like Silent Horror is starting to make some great adjustments. I mean, the swing from both Natural and Cruz
Stop it! Almost out!
unfortunate stun from Silent, giving them a bit of an advantage in the fight. But regardless, those two held that side down, allowed their team to come in, and then Natural took a page out of T3G's
One enemy
Let's go,
remaining.
Cruz.
and
Could be
came
better.
behind them when they were least expecting it. We'll see how this next round plays out, but so far Silent Horror are looking pretty strong on their defense.
So heals in, aggressively going into garage with Bucky. Capitalizes then face up, but Void. But Void is taken down by Zahil. The Bucky Diff coming in, but Natural and Nats both getting a kill. Silent, classic spam onto Natural, and backup is here. Doesn't want to let the attacking side get any of these guns. 2v3. And an aggressive play from Cruz. Both of them pretty low.
One enemy remaining.
Pretty susceptible to the stinger. And Cruz gets them both.
Again, these rounds just over in seemingly seconds. That Bucky play from Sahil there, being able to slide through, use Neon's kit the way it's intended, and being able to pick that kill on Void, opening up C-side. Naturally, unfortunately getting sprayed through the smoke.
Go. Next.
But 2 guns down for the
One enemy remaining.
It's a good outcome. They should be happy with what they achieved in that round.
Yeah, and keep their graces. Heal taking a B-hop into long gets punished a little by the body shot from the Marshal.
I'm out of here.
Round quiet's down, but rack up. He's made his way up mid. Only thing stopping him is a Viper Wall, and Tomic gets it hit with the Bulldog. So heals in trying to get the entry, but Tomic able to get the trade onto Grackup. Now it's the 3v5. 4v5. And Primary able to equalize it. Void gets the refrag onto Viceroy. Primary, he's going for the blood.
One
Silent
enemy
caught
remaining.
out. Now
Strike
it's all up to
down, B.
Primary. This is the Primary round. And ordinarily, you'd win this. 30 HP. Shock Dart comes in. He's avoiding it. Cruz left in a 1v1 scenario. Has the advantage here. Would be a bonus conversion for Silent Horror. Really start that momentum for them.
Spike planted.
Cruz 4 bullets to his name. All he needs. Just needs to land 1 shot in the body. He's slowly creeping through garage here. Doesn't
Rounds
wanna
like these
reveal
are
his
really tense to
position.
watch.
Yeah. Primary, he's just holding the angle. He's confident in his aim here. Cruz slowly trying to find anything. Thinks he's long. And he exposes himself. Primary gets the clutch. Denies the bonus conversion.
Again, similar to how T3G managed to do pretty well in their eco, Silent Horror taking out 4 on T3G's buy. That is a very respectable outcome, all things considered. Sahil pushing down that aim.
We're good.
Damage carrying through. Getting terrified. The trades coming through. Could have gone either way. Down to the 1v1 at the end. And unfortunately, Cruz clearing the wrong angle. got taken out, and the round went back in the favor of T3G.
Natural early kill onto Zahilzen, bring out the Outlaw because of the damage they did last round. Natural facing the short angle, doesn't want to play the same long angle again. Looks like he's going to get a kill for it. Primary taken down. The primary clutcher for the last round. Gone. Natural third into the round, the Outlaw. Goes for the overdrive. He wants the ace. Spots one, spots the second. Gets the tag. And that's the episode again! Another ace absolutely stolen.
That's the second time we've seen the Sentinels steal Neon's ace in this map. It's just one for each side now. You know, they're trading it out. They're taking turns for who steals what. But yeah, the decision there on the side of Silent Horror to buy themselves a Outlaw there was just probably one of the best ones they could make. I mean, you saw Natural known for his top plays, his Outlaw plays, and you just I mean, that round was full Natural security.
One enemy remaining.
Insane plays. Yeah, except the last one.
And Grackup breaks the dart A long, but Silent tagged up. Gamelnat's able to secure the kill. Cruz a kill onto Viceroy A long. Grackup going to re-clear this, but Cruz is already backed off. Woman TP comes out and barely in time, Tomig saves his own life unknowingly. Primary has an insane lurk, spots one, gets both! And now, it's a 3v3. Grackup on the other side trying to make some space! A bit whiffy, but he gets the job done. 2 HP to his name. Natural Void left to clutch it up. Natural gets to go into Primary. Now the health advantage in the side of Silent Horror. Natural. Open up heaven. Doesn't know about their positions. Spots out the heals in, goes for the spam. Both of them are heavily tagged. Stun comes out. Might tunnel vision on this. Goes for the play. Knows his position is somewhere around short. Void going for the stick. And now, both low HP. Neon v Neon. A stolen v A stolen. Who's going to get their fifth?
I didn't come here to die.
And Natural, he barely has time.
Has he got time?
I think he's just got it. No, he did. Was terrifying. And that is a crucial clutch for T3 Graces.
I mean, that's a really, really important round for T3G to win there. You know, off the back of losing that previous round and being able to bring it back, being able to get back out of that sort of bad momentum and take it back. Going either way.
Spike planted.
Get two from the side of the
One enemy remaining.
Didn't come here to die.
Made it impossible for Silent Horror to really get that retake.
Yeah, and see long play coming in. Only comes out from Nats. But not gonna do too much other than tag up, rack up, and secure a little. Primary gets a kill onto Tomig in mid. Natural deep line catches out Sahilson. Now 4v4. Back in potential for Silent Horror to win this round. And Team 3 Graces sitting around attacker spawn. And my game is absolutely dying. I am going to cut to you, Toby. Okay. This will be primary now.
Last player standing.
Void gets 2 in garage.
Scanning ahead. Top down.
To break the
30 seconds left.
dot and gets punished.
One enemy remaining.
Mid Cruz loses the fight, and now 1v1 Silent. He won. He's won some crazy rounds for Team 3 Graces.
10 seconds left.
Having that Sova ultimate as well, giving him a huge advantage here, but choosing not to use it.
Suspects the CT wrap. Nats! He's able to spot him out! Barely. Silent Horror, 3v1. Barely able to convert it.
That is... I don't even know what to say about that round. Again, just these brawls coming through, the trades coming out. So many collats happening in this game. It's almost like we're watching two mirror teams fight each other here. We saw Natural using that operator, getting that early pick, changing it from a 4v5 to a 4v4, and then, you know, it went down to 1v3, and Silence really pulling it making that extra space.
Last player
Wasn't
standing.
ready for it.
Scanning ahead.
Glimpse of his shoulder.
Top down.
Back in the
One enemy remaining.
This round is very critical too. That was the match point. Actual Silent Horror comeback. And
Placing alarm bomb.
good after that. The mental on the side of Silent Horror has got to be up, and this has a chance to spiral in favor of Silent Horror, especially because Team 3 Graces are back on an eco again.
Yeah, aggressive A-long seems to be the call from Team 3 Graces. That gives them space, and they haven't cleared them properly. Grackup able to catch the kill to Cruz. That's a rifle down and a free A site. 4v5 retake, and it doesn't look too good for Silent Horror, especially since Natural's been taken down. Grackup seems to be slightly aware of GambleNet's position. Backing off, but spots out. GambleNet gets a collat, another one to the series. Tomic has to pick up the pieces. 3v1, match point on the line. Viceroy nearly caught out, but Primary able to catch Tomic. And 12-7, all momentum stopped.
Match point.
Looking pretty good for Team 3 Graces here. You've got to be happy after that round, you know. You know you're just one away from pulling it. Silent Horror, not entirely out of it though. They're and I mean, Gamble's out in that round. Almost bring it back in favor of Silent Horror. Regardless of who seizes the initiative, it's impossible to tell midway through who's looking for a victory here.
Yeah, so you're both scaling up a two players. Primary really caught up by Natural, but Silence got us back. The lockdown comes in. Looks like they want to get aggressive here. Tomic has to hold it down. Has to try and spam, but he's not going to be able to do it. The ult gets taken down. Now, up to Void in a 1v4. Isn't able to get any of the kills. And that is map 1 going for Team 3 Graces.
You just saw the T3G, the overall aggression from them. Even when their momentum got cut, they didn't stop. They just kept running it down, kept dashing past, getting past those defenders. And the utility just supporting them and being able to kick down the door and really just hold control of the site. Yeah, that aggressive style play really helping them out on Haven, but could be a problem for them on Ascent. Will they be able to play a more disciplined play, or will they continue to keep showing this very forceful, very aggressive early fights in the rounds? I suppose we'll see after a bit of a break as we move on to the next map, Ascent.
Yeah, we'll see you on the break. Hello, VCC OCE, and we're back. Map 2, Ascent. What do we think we're gonna see here?
Well, from the previous game, we saw that both teams weren't shy from a fight, especially that mid control. Both teams just battling it out, ending rounds in 20 seconds. On a map like Haven, that's a very possible thing to have happen, but on Ascent, it might be a bit more difficult. There's a lot more corners you have to clear. You have to be a bit slower, a bit more methodical, but you know, especially T3G and how aggressive they were in that previous game. Will they maintain that aggression, or will they back off a bit and take it a bit slower, start clearing space? Silent Horror, they've been seen on this map before. This is a map they're comfortable with. They might have the advantage on this side, but I believe 3G starting on defense.
Yes, Team 3 Graces
Yes.
are defense.
T3G getting that defensive side, that's typically a bit of an advantage on Ascent. At least in my opinion, it's a very defender-sided map. But again, it all depends on the comp. It all depends on what it is Silent Horror hopes to achieve, what agents they pick. It could really change everything that we're going to see. And we're getting a bit of a look into that now. We're starting to see some of these picks coming through. Yeah, I guess the side of Silent Horror are going to have to make something work early on attack in order to get those early rounds, those critical rounds, and maybe snowball on defense. But T3G here, being that aggressive team, being that aggressive side, might not let them. They might shut them down and not give Silent Horror a chance to bring it back. I guess we'll see pretty soon. What are you thinking about these comps, Glitch?
I'm excited to see Moe on Chamber. Moe on Chamber, gonna be great. Chamber KJ is an interesting comp. Ordinarily, you'd see Chamber Vice, but it still works pretty good with KJ. So I'm interested to see on attack how many rounds they can get across, because honestly 4, 5 would be really good.
We're seeing T3G choosing a more, I guess, meta comp, incorporating that KO and Vise. Pretty strong agents on this map, being able to cut Sentinel utility and whatnot. But on the side of Silent Horror, something a little bit less meta, less chosen. A double Sentinel comp with Chamber as the other Sentinel. We have seen GambleNats play Chamber on this map with Silent Horror before, and it is actually a viable strategy, provided you can use his kit well. We're also seeing the Yoru pick, which I always love to see a Yoru play. Yoru on this map is so interesting. It's so much fun to watch. So it'll all be about how Natural can take advantage of Yoru's kit to get past T3G's defense. We'll see very soon.
Yeah, and immediately Natural taking an aggressive fight mid. Max spots him out. That comes out. Broken by most of the team, revealing their position. Flash comes out. Spot 2 onto B. But they're going for mid. They're running a Tiger Fang gaming strat. And let's go through to mid. Max gets the kill. Tommig with the trade. And Viceroy, eager to take this fight. Spots out Moe. Moe and Natural both swing together. Moe not able to get the shots off. Viceroy though gets out. They're alive. Now Silent gets a pick onto the Void. Moe trade onto Hashtag. 3v2 in favor of Silent Horror. Again, Silent now left in 1v3. Looks like Silent Horror's streak of pistols might not end here. Silent. Molly to force out of Tommig out of Gen, but it's not enough when everyone is peeking you, and he eventually falls.
Yeah, that round was very fun to watch. Just seeing Silent Horror taking that mid control, just running it down and going back towards A. T3G just having no answer to that kind of play. No real mid hold that they could stop that with. I guess Silent Horror abusing the fact that they've only got the one Sentinel, and typically the Sentinel utility is towards that A main. So knowing that they can take this extra space, they can fight for mid all together as a group. 5 guns is better than 1, and you saw them use that to their advantage in that round.
Yeah, and Moe being patient with the Outlaw here, just looking to try and get some early pick Max nearly caught out, leg shot, and Max brought down super low. This 4-1 default, Natural taking space A main.
We're seeing a much more calm, much more disciplined approach at the moment. None of that aggression we'd seen in the previous game. Looks like we're going to get a bit slower of a game coming through this time.
Yeah, and immediately the pace ramps up. Void gets the kill onto Viceroy. Now, 5v4. KO Knife doesn't tag anyone. It's a little bit off. Archetype sitting in the smoke for Bucky, trying to pray for some value. Here's the switch guy, and goes for that. Natural cleans it up, and we got 4 guns saved.
I'm not gonna lie to you, Glitch. That round was a little hard to follow. 1 minute everyone was on site, the next minute everyone was dead. Natural coming through with that 3K, just critical kills in the round, being able to secure that bonus. Some pretty good fights coming out from the side of T3G, managing to kill, what was it, 1 or 2 people on the side of Silent Horror. Not bad for an eco. You can see the effects on Silent Horror's economy. You know, 1 sheriff. Not too bad for Silent Horror though. That's a pretty good outcome, all things considered.
Yeah, Natural insta kill onto Max. It's gonna bring the numbers advantage to the side of Silent Horror. Archetype moving off a main take. Has to back off in the tree, but 4 people are here. Moe has a free sight, and it looks like Moe might call for the rotates here. Gets past the Vise wall. Moe, he's walking all the way through B. He's gonna catch Viceroy. Not able to get the outlaw shots, but gets a headhunter dink through the wall. Primary able to sit Moe down, but the fake is coming out from Natural. Still pulling rotates, but the TP's heard. Maybe they'll realize. Natural going for this lurk through mid. This Yorick completely bamboozling all of Team 3 Graces. I mean, they don't know it, but Silent Horror have a free B site, and Natural falls to Archetype. Archetype looking to get aggressive in mid.
30 seconds left.
Viceroy gets taken down. Tomek trades onto Archetype as Cruz falls. Now Primary left in a 1v2, has an outlaw. Both targets would be one shot, but swaps to the Vandal. Door's broken, so they can't close it. Time is low. Primary opts to go fast here. Blinds out. Gets himself into the smoke. Turret comes out to spot this peak. Primary spotted out. Peak comes out from Void, and Void collects the kill. A bonus conversion for Silent Horror, and looking a lot more dominant on their map pick.
Absolutely, and we're seeing these early rounds come through from Silent Horror, getting these attack rounds on what I would consider as a defender-sided map, which is an advantage they desperately need. It gives them the lifeline on this map. It means that they will be feeling pretty confident. Their mental has to be good after this. That early opening kill from Natural, dropping the first gun, and then just the good decision-making of Silent Horror, just working the map, seeing what they can get, leaving Tier 3 Graces sort of guessing, question marks everywhere, having to re-clear a lot of things. Just Silent Horror coming out of it with 2 rifles as well. It's probably the best case scenario for Silent Horror.
Yeah, and Moe taking another aggressive fight mid. It's been very aggressive on this chamber, making up for the lack of entry power with the lurks. The wall gets baited out by the fake out, and 3 people for Team 3 Graces are set up towards B. Primary takes the fight. Natural wins it out. Archetype trade onto Cruz. Now it's a 4v4. And Moe is caught out.
Down B.
3v3 on site though. And Max gets the kill onto Natural, who swings CT. Now 2v3, and the remaining 2 players of Silent Horror have to pick up the pieces.
Spike planted. One enemy.
Oh, the
remaining.
aggressive TP. Moe goes for it and fails. And now Tomek left in a 1v3. Spots out Silent, but Silent gets the kill. And that is an eco round, I believe, going the way of Team 3 Graces. I mean, relatively an eco.
Yeah, that's that opening pick from Natural looking like it was turning into Silent Horror's favor there. But Archetype coming through mid, getting that one, making them consider their flank, be really careful about what's going on there. Natural trying to respond by taking space through BCT, but running straight into Max's crosshair, really turning the round back towards the favor of T3G here. Just being able to collapse in, use their utility really well to push them onto the side and get that flank off and make it really difficult for them to take that round.
Yeah, and I want to point out here that Natural has a judge looking to get some value off that. TP's into Jenny. And Max is out with the util. You haven't noticed that Natural's there yet. I don't know what's happening. They're just... Somehow, Natural hasn't found anything, and Primary's found the kill into Natural. Now, enemies forced off with the Killjoy lockdown. One player even detained, but it's a fake. But Viceroy, here's the rotate. Has to be aware of this B hit, and here's all these footsteps, calls for the rotates, and Silent Horror are gonna be walking into a stack. Moe might get caught out here, but Viceroy decides to take it. Someone TP's on top of the wall, but gets spammed out because of the dart.
One enemy
Void
remaining.
gets caught out by Primary, who's on site. Moe gets 2, has to get 3 more to win the round. And Silent's gonna deny it.
Time to die. Don't make a fuss.
It looks like T3G are starting to find some answers here, trying to, you know, really stop these early hits from the side of Silent Horror, cancelling their ability to really take A here. That unfortunate round from Natural, you know, getting that really good position behind Jen, but not able to get any kills off of it because of the judge pick. And the utility stalling out the rest of the team in A main. Really well played by T3G there. Just isolating their fights, catching the rotate, and knowing where they're going to go, having that full map information, really giving them that advantage in that round.
Moe misses the shot. Archetype gets 3. Primary gets the 4th. Archetype looking for the 5th. And this round, gone by in a flash. Tomek tries to pick up the pieces, but Primary and Max with a double swing, gonna deny. And 3 in a row for Silent Horror, 3 in a row for Team 3 Graces.
I mean, I don't know what to say. Archetype just dashing through mid and getting 3 there. That is insane. Just the perfect lineup there, just the perfect call. And Silent Horror weren't ready for it. They weren't thinking that they would play such an aggressive style. And that's reminiscent of how T3G were playing in that last game, just pushing all the angles and just trusting in the mechanics to win it out. How will Silent Horror respond to this?
Yeah, that is the question. Moe taking in this fight, big man. Holding this angle, waiting for Viceroy. Decides to take the timing now to clear out main very slowly, slicing the pie. But meanwhile, Catwalk, there's a fight here. The Archetype takes the perfect timing. Tomek and Moe both get a kill, responding in kind. 3v3. Ult comes over from Tomek. Moe calls over that the B site is free. Now, holding the CT angle. Smoke comes in. Primary, caught out, footsteps, giving himself away. Max now. There on the other side with an Odin. So that comes out. And Max sidestepping and getting the kill onto Moe. But Moe has done enough in this round. Just up to his teammates now to get the last few pieces off the round. Cruz spots out Silent. Has to back off lane. Flash comes out. Cruz able to dodge and picks off Silent. Now 1v2. Cruz able to hold down the line and bring Silent Horror to their 4th round and stop the bleeding.
I mean, we're seeing again in these rounds, Glitch, just the second something huge that could be like the winning round, the winning play for T3G. Archetype walking into that smoke, catching 2 of Silent Horror unaware, and getting those 2 early kills immediately in the same second. Silent Horror finding 2 more to really equalize that round, and just being able to use that momentum to get them back onto the B side, really just hold down that post plant and just win out the round.
Knife comes out, spots 3, I believe. And they've opted for a speed up. Moe catches the kill onto Archetype, who drops the operator. Moe doesn't have a TP set up, so committed on this angle in mid. The natural TP's into hell. Sends a TP so he can get out if he needs. Primary, looking for the feet shots, but Moe's gonna sit him down. Moe, aggressive into tree here. Max darts him out.
Spike planted.
Doesn't want to let him have any value here.
Deploying drone.
But Moe, scared of this cat angle. But now, with the trip going off from Vice on the flank, able to take tree fight more confidently. But Natural gets a pick onto Silent. 4v2 onto site. And Viceroy with the operator catches out Natural. But still, Max and Viceroy opting for a save. Wanting to carry over that op for Archetype. And we were talking about pre-game. How many rounds would be enough? I'd say 5 is good. I mean, they've met their goal.
Yeah, 5 rounds on a defender-sided map is definitely a very important and very good thing for Silent Horror. Again, we're talking about that mental before. They've got to be feeling good securing this. They've got to know that if they can get the 5 on attack, they should be able to hold their defense, especially with that double sentinel comp, meaning that their defensive side is definitely going to be stronger, and if anything, their attacker side is weaker. We're seeing that on the side of T3G, they're starting to get some answers, but every time they adjust, Silent Horror just find a way around it. That lurk from Moe in tree there, just really getting heaps of value, stopping a flood, really holding T3G down, not letting them move, and just really making that round very winnable for Silent Horror.
Yeah, Moe spots out Max in the tree angle.
Time to jump.
Just TP, so he can safely get out. And baits at the wall with the TP. The ultimate orb is gone. Can't use that. But the flash comes out. They're looking just to flood site here. 5 people set up CT and market. It's going to be a fast flood retake coming out from Team 3 Graces. Maybe this is the answer they need. Drone blind comes out. Moe, he's caught out. He has to TP. Ultimate comes out. Hunter's Fury. Archetype pick onto Moe. Best chance Team 3 Graces had to stabilize. Knife comes out. Natural catches one. Tagged by the knife. Goes deeper into main. Tom Mix spotted out by Viceroy. Viceroy not able to stabilize to get the kill. Dart comes out. No one breaks it, but doesn't tag onto anyone. Tom Mix gets spammed out a little, but gets one. Cruz another. Primary. Cruz both get kills, and now 1v3 somehow in all the chaos. Natural isn't able to get the kills. A little bit of spam coming out on Viceroy. Cruz, however, able to sit Viceroy down. 3-6, and that was definitely a 5v5 retake.
The Yoru finding extreme value, especially against the Vice, being able to use either his fake out or his teleports just to, bait out that wall. And typically we've seen that in the past where they baited out that wall, left maybe, Moe sitting there holding it, and they've rotated over to the other side. But this time they opted to re-hit, leaving Natural and Moe in main, making it very difficult for the defenders to clear out. And Cruz going huge, getting that 3k. He's been a rock, especially on this map. Plenty of times he's clutched in that position. He's comfortable on that side of the map. And we saw he managed to get that 3k to win it out.
Yeah, Natural
I'm back.
hanging out. The Jetty guy, and goes for a little bit of a bee-hopping play. Primary gets a little caught out by the shock dart, but numbers advantage now not quite in the favor of Silent Horror. Archetype getting an impactful kill. Cruz holding this angle. Archetype and Cruz having their own little 1v1. Archetype going for the silent jump up, but Cruz hears it and not able to get the kill. However, trades on site going in the way of Silent Horror. Now, it's just Archetype left in a 1v2. He's been good this game. Is he good enough? Isn't able to get a clean shot off, and Tom Mig able to secure the kill. 3-7.
We get a pick, we move in.
7 rounds in the favor of Silent Horror. Again, you gotta be feeling really good about this, especially with that double Sentinel comp. A result like this is very difficult to achieve, but we're seeing that they're not afraid to take these sides. They're not afraid to take the early fights, and they're not being faced with much utility to stop them from flooding onto these positions. Might be looking at a tech pause here again. Again, VCC OCE tournament. We've been plagued with these, but you know, it was only been one this map. Let's hope it's the last one. Hopefully, I didn't just jinx us, but
yep. Definitely. Tech pause. In the meantime, let's talk about what Silent Horror and Team 3G have been doing. So, I mean, yeah, Silent Horror found so much value with this kind of double Sentinel on attack. I've always been fragging out heavy, and I mean, they've just looked very confident in how they've been playing this time. The last map, they felt like they were trapped on all lanes, but this time they're taking the issue to Team 3 Graces. They're getting out through these chokes, and on a map like Ascent, it's not as easy as it looks. I mean, very tight chokes, and being able to get out of these, basically getting themselves really good chances to win these rounds. As we saw in the 5v5 retake, it wasn't even a bad call from Team 3 Graces, it's just they didn't win out the duels, and it ended up in the favor of Silent Horror. Probably their best chance to win out a round since their first 3, but still, Silent Horror keeping control, winning out these gunfights.
we're also seeing that defaulty start for Silent Horror, especially with the double Sentinel, being able to hold a lot of space on the map, stopping these flanks, stopping any real ability to get behind them or catch them off guard. Just the ability to do that is really winning out a lot of these rounds. Just the map control that they have. Team 3 Graces not really able to get the same information that Silent Horror can, making it difficult for them to get these retakes. They have to clear every corner because they have agents like Chamber and Yoru who can just go somewhere else, as well as Omen, and they've been abusing that. They've been repositioning so much, and it makes it very difficult if you are Team 3 Graces, because how do you clear a same spot that's been cleared twice? You know, you typically wouldn't, and that's where you'll find players from Silent Horror abusing that repositioning, abusing that utility to get them those free frags that have been really carrying through these rounds. And the ability to switch from their defaulty to more heavy, fast-paced, just win their dual aggressive pushes have also been really carrying them through this half of the game. Just being willing to switch it up at a moment's notice, go from super slow, very defaulty to we're going to hit this site and we're going to take it straight away, and finding no answer on the side of T3G for Natural's teleports. He's yet to be punished for, say, teleporting Hell or using his dimensional drift to get him backside on A. And typically that's a very risky maneuver for a Yoru to pull off. So if T3G want to get any kind of advantage here, they need to be able to shut down those aggressive Yoru players, that space taking. They really need to hold their map control in order to turn these next 2 rounds into a 7-5 on T3G's side and be able to provide a lifeline going into the next round.
Yeah, I mean, currently, I mean, Team 3 Graces, ever since they lost that 7th round, they just haven't found anything. And, I mean, Silent Horror running away with the map, 7's already far too much. You want to get these last 2 if you're Team 3 Graces. I believe Silent Horror was in the similar position last map and just couldn't get anything. They couldn't get that 3-9 half. They couldn't get that 5-7 half. Instead, they got a 3-9, and they weren't really able to win that many rounds from there.
Especially on maps like these, you're absolutely right, Glitchgoal. Economy and just momentum. Again, mental. I keep bringing back to it, but as someone who plays these sorts of games, you know that mental can carry you through. If your mental is hurt, you're going to have a really hard time securing anything at all. It looks like we're back into the game now.
Yeah. Going live now. Yep.
Fantastic.
Here.
Back into it.
Yeah, and it looks like we're going to see
You
an
want to
aggressive
play?
play from
Play.
Team 3 Graces. Flash comes out. Archetype not confident enough with the flash though. Here's lots of footsteps. Natural. Backing off. The lockdown comes in from Void. And Archetype forced to back off deep into market here. Archetype taking his fight against Moe. Viceroy able to clean it up. Spots out the turret flank. Primary, caught, running out of smoke. Natural punishes. Like starting out, Natural nearly catches, able to TP out in time. There is a molly on the bomb. Void hope playing for this. Natural gets her amazing timing onto Viceroy. Cruz kill onto Archetype. Natural juggling between his two fights. Max caught out. Go for the spam. Yes, a knife out. Silent, not gonna let that happen. And no, another person's going, and they're whiffing the knife. Void able to finally get the kill. There's no economy damage done, but maybe some mental damage to Silent.
I mean, if their mental was in a position where it didn't need to be damaged, they wouldn't be running out there with knives. So very clearly high spirits to be able to turn around like that. It was a very difficult round for T3G to be able to convert. I mean, they didn't have a full buy. They had some members still with stingers and still with, you know, weaker weapons than TFG. And that lockdown made it impossible for them to really be able to get any value out of there. They had to respect it. They had to respect that lockdown and just give up the site, which is very difficult to retake with an eco.
Yeah, and it seems like Team 3 Graces have the read here. They have 4 towards A. I mean, they don't have good weaponry. The dart missed by Max. Spots out the clone, but I mean, it honestly didn't do much. It wouldn't have attacked them anyways. Moe blinded by his teammate. Max able to capitalize. Gets 2 into the round. Natural. Moe trying to pick up the pieces. Max gets his 3rd. Can't get the 4th. Now, suddenly, Viceroy left it a 1v1. Tomic on the other side. Viceroy doesn't want to reveal their positioning. Tomic opting to run away. Viceroy spots the bomb, but reads the situation. But Tom, double taking, deciding, A might be a good idea. Viceroy goes for the the Phantom, and knife out in A main, but Tomic has played it perfectly.
That is so unfortunate if you're Viceroy there. You would think with the time passing that Tom would have gone towards B and used his From the Shadows to get the bomb, but Tom obviously getting the idea that that's what Viceroy would be thinking and deciding to take that A main space and play unconventionally, play not to expectations, and be able to win out that 1v1. We're gonna see a very interesting gameplay out. We know from the last map, the T3G, they're very good on their aggressive plays. They enjoy their aggressive plays. We even saw them playing very aggressively on the defender side half. Now an attacker, will they be able to turn that aggression into their favor and potentially do what Silent Horror did? Potentially flip the expectations and get more rounds on attack and maybe even bring it back? Or will Silent Horror's double sentinel comp pay off?
Moe takes this fight, expects to get caught out by the knife, but doesn't, and still gets the kill with the classic. Still has 6 bullets, breaks the sub dart, but gets tagged. And Primary out with the right click. No, Moe finally caught out. 4v3, and Team 3 Graces have their best opportunity to win a pistol yet.
Spike planted.
Shock dart comes in for Generator. Archetype seems like he wants to get aggressive here. Primary caught up by Cruz. Cruz isn't able to get the kill into Max. Max doing good to anchor down the site for them. Dart comes out. Good support of Util. Has to gets forced back into hell. Viceroy kill onto Void. Tomic versus Max, and you have to think Max has got this. Tomic though, no time.
That's a huge and important round for the side of T3G, being able to get that early pistol, potentially snowballing, potentially getting the eco. And if they can pull even the anti-eco, this is an entirely winnable game for the side of T3G. Down to the wire, that pistol round, you know, Silent Horror almost finding the answers, swinging off each other, and using their utility very well to try and get that retake. But T3G just had the answers. They were just winning out their fights, and the result was obviously they managed to pull through with time alone. Tom not able to get that defuse in time, and the flank from Viceroy really just buying enough time for that spike to go off.
Yeah, 4 shorties coming from the side of Silent Horror. 4 shorties, let's all go in the smoke. Archetype has something waiting for him. The drone comes out, spots them all. Natural topping, both get a kill for it though. Swing out with the Guardian picked up. Natural left in the open, able to TP out. Cruz trying to go for something. Moe has the Headhunter. Forced out of the position, but Viceroy's not good for it. Silent has to be the anchor here. And Natural playing the long game, going for the clutch where he is wrapping all the way through main. But it seems like Silent might have a read here. But only a shorty to Natural's name. And he spots Silent out. He thinks he's gonna go into side. But Silent goes for the repick as he spots that Natural does not have the weaponry.
I have no words for that round. Still managing to get 2 with the shorties off of that Sova drone where, you know, it really forced Silent Horror's hand. Being able to bring it down to a 1v1, you know, the insane plays from Moe coming out there, really bringing it back to a potential winning scenario, provided Natural was able to pick anything up there. But also Silent's read, he had the right idea. He knew exactly what was coming and he was ready for it. And it was just really well played. But both teams feeling the hurt from that round.
Yeah, and as we get straight into fourth round, a main presence made from from Team 3G. Silent Horror stacking towards this, but Natural reads the situation correctly. Moe aware and gets out with his life. Max seems wary of the cat angle still, and Cruz has inserted himself into wine. Silent slowly creeping up, and Cruz looks like he wants to peek out, and he catches out Silent. That comes out now.
Standing ahead.
And spam onto the body. Moe hits the Moe show, and he's getting maybe 4 this round. 1 bullet, and he's got it.
Insane 4K from Moe there. Just being able to hold down that space. Being able to just not let them push up there, even though they stacked. And that's a devastating round for T3G. They went into that purchasing 2 rifles and a Guardian, putting down a lot of their economy just to be able to try and pull something out of this after that devastating eco round before, where the shorties came into play and dropped the money that they already sort of couldn't afford to lose. Yeah, just crazy round coming through here. I don't know what to I don't know what to say. You know, right now it looks like Silent Horror are just going to win the way this is going. They're very confident. They're taking their fights. They're not scared to do unconventional plays and keep T3 guessing. Yeah, just insane plays coming through. Glitch, where do you see this going? Is it going to keep going in favor of Silent Horror, or do you see a world where T3G start pulling this back?
To be honest, I think we're seeing a map through here. I think Lotus is an inevitability. From just that round single-handedly, the economy in shambles for Team 3 Graces. Only gonna be able to work with the Steel Garden soon, and when you've got a chamber with the Tour de Force online, that could be scary. They could just pop out with the Tour de Force and run your team down, even though you've Steel Gardened a full B site. And I mean, just nothing, no counterplay really for Team 3 Graces. The double Sentinel is just going to be really hard to get through. And for Silent Horror, they should be sitting pretty comfortably. I mean, looking at the economy and looking at the momentum Silent Horror has, it just seems like all signs point towards Lotus.
Yeah. It's looking like, too, especially in the coming rounds, T3G have a choice to make here. Do they buy up this round and try and take back that momentum, try and bring it back to a 10-10, or do they sacrifice this round and do they go for an eco, try and pull a thrifty, and invest in the next round? They have a choice to invest here or to invest in the next round. And looking at the buys so far, it looks like they're choosing to invest in this round, buying multiple rifles. Viceroy down to a down to a Spectre, and I guess it's the same sort of thing on the side of Silent Horror with Void having a Bulldog. Very similar buys, all things considered, for the way these rounds have been going, and I guess it just depends on who will get more value out of these rifles. Still just waiting on some players to reconnect. Again, tech pauses and DCC go hand in hand.
Yep, I mean, the Natural taking the opportunity to restart his Valorant when Archetype has to DC. But yeah, no, definitely going to be interesting to see. I mean, they have decided to force up, so this is basically all or nothing into this round, and if they lose this, their economy is going to be in shambles. All they're really going to have to work with is a Steel Garden if they don't invest it in this round, which I doubt they decide to go that route, especially since this is such a crucial and pivotal round. So looking at 5-11, if they lose this round, and then probably 5-12 because of the economy, it's just a must win. They need to win this round if they want any sort of comeback, and it's basically like, it's not match point, but they're basically at match point in this round.
Absolutely. So you could even argue that the round that we're going to see very shortly will be the round that will determine the flow of this game. T3G really need to make sure they secure this one to cut that momentum that we keep talking about. Just Silent Horror needing to win this just as much, wanting to close it out and move on to the next map, keeping that mental going, keeping that momentum going. They can't afford to lose this round either, because it could easily flip back either way. It's going to be a very critical round, and we'll have to see these hero plays coming through from T3G. Those individual plays, Archetype will have to go huge on the entries here. The utility will have to be flawless in order to push off these defenders from these choke points that T3G are having a hard time just to break through alone, let alone get the kills and secure the round.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know what else to talk about. But we're definitely...
This tech pause is dragging on a little bit.
It's a little long, but I don't want to bring us to a tech pause bench because I assume that DC is coming back in a very short moment. So
I'll give you a question from my good friend Bullies from the first time I was casting.
Yes.
He caught me off guard, but Glitch, what agent do you think would survive Squid Game?
It's a good question. Okay. Well, okay, do they get their abilities?
Yes. And it looks like Natural's come back, so you have a little bit of time to answer that one while we start kicking it off again.
Yep, okay, it looks like we're going back in.
I reckon Clove. She's immortal, you know?
Oh, yeah, that's true. You can't die.
Yeah. Looks
Okay.
like
we're back in officially. Oh, you're not following Unk.
Oh, whoops.
Okay, and let's see how this round unfolds. I mean, we've broken down every single detail there is. So
now we just have to see it play out.
Natural taking aggressive fight B man, and Viceroy maybe not the wiser. Natural catches out Silent, TP's out. 4v5, instant man advantage. OE gets caught out by Archetype Cruz with the aggressive peek on mid. Catches Viceroy. Still man advantage. And Natural caught with his flash out, but barely able to get out with his life. Cruz gets caught out. Archetype, he's on fire. Clone comes out. Archetype considers it could be fake. Tom make it left on site solo though. It's up to him to make use of this round, and he gets 2. 1v1 Archetype versus Natural. Archetype should have the advantage here. Natural low HP. Let's see how Natural decides to play this. Here's the switch get brought down. Archetype is none the wiser, and Natural crucially gets the 11th round and forces Team 3 Graces onto an eco.
That is such an unfortunate round for T3G. They started looking very dominant at the start there. Looked like they were going to secure that, but bringing it down to the 1v1, Tom managing to get 1 or the 2 on that side and really hold it for the side of Silent Horror. Just critical kills, changing it from a likely T3G victory to a one-on-one, which Natural manages to win out. Again, as we were saying before, there's a critical round for both teams. There's 16 games going in favor of Silent Horror right now.
Yeah, and Archetype with the hero rifle, because he has knives into the next round, decides to lead the charge here. Mid completely open, but Primary able to catch out Natural. Big kill, and forced by Cruz gets 2.
Down mid.
The dart tags 2, and he doesn't go for the ult. Max able to punish 3v3. Primary tries to spam out the mollies, but opts to just back off. Moe kill onto Silent with the tour de force. 2v2, and ordinarily you'd say Team 3 Graces have the advantage here, but you never know.
Teleport's ready.
Max spotted out,
One enemy
and
remaining.
Moe catches him out. Now up to Primary. Opening pick. Can he close out the rounds? And he doesn't get the transfer onto Tomic. And Tomic, once again, bringing the rounds to the favor of Silent Horror.
We're looking at match point on the side of Silent Horror right now. 1 round away from securing the map and moving us on to Lotus. And that, again, devastating round for the side of T3G. It looks like we're getting a timeout coming from Silent Horror, really wanting to secure this map now, really wanting to win it out and move on to the next one, making sure they don't slip up, making sure they don't make any mistakes. That last round almost went into the favor of T3G again, but Silent Horror making sure they really cover all their bases, they cross their T's, they dot their I's, they make sure nothing can happen like that again so they can get through here. Again, the economy from the last round for T3G, they invested in that round as well, and it almost paid off. But again, we're seeing now that their buy is very secular, it's very disjointed. We have a Guardian, 2 Vandals, with one with heavy shield, one with light shield, a Vandal without a shield from Max, just choosing that hero Vandal, hoping he can get the value out of it. An Archetype using a Spectre and full shields, just really disjointed buy, just trying to throw together whatever money they have and try and pull this round and provide themselves with a lifeline here. But again, off the back of this timeout, Silent Horror really looking to make sure they don't give up any space, don't make any mistakes, and win it out. Or they could just be having a laugh. It could be either or. I've seen that happen with teams before. Maybe everything I just said was completely wrong.
Yeah, I saw in the chat I need it from Void, so maybe Void had to do something quickly, and you know, maybe the ovens timer's gone off. But anyways, we get into the round. Drone comes out. Archetype leading the charge. Has the knives, has the Spectre. What can he do with it? Archetype entering in. Flash comes out. Free A site. And this is looking pretty good for Team 3 Graces. But as I've said that, I know something's gonna go wrong. Moe on the flank. Likely what's gonna happen to them. Max should have heard the wall and not turning around in time. Max gets caught out. Primary spams onto the clone and gets a natural. Void gets the kill onto Archetype. 3v3. Airward comes in from Silent. No utility. Primary with the operator. Drop from Natural.
Last player
Gift from Natural and Tomic. I mean, he has won some crazy clutches, but not this one. And finally, T3 Graces maybe utilizing the timeout and getting Silent Horror onto an eco.
Yeah, and absolutely really well round played by them. I mean, everything wasn't really in their favor, but Silent Horror just not holding that space on A, getting pushed off of it. Great utility usage too. Obviously, it was the last round. They invested a lot of their ults to be able to pull that off, and it came through. It looked like when Silent Horror were ready for a retake, they got hit by that Vi's ultimate, which really threw off their timing, and as a result, T3G were able to pick them off one by one and win the round.
Yeah, the ult comes in and the ult gets caught and Bowie with the bucky. Flash out smoke. Primary brought to 1 HP, but Silent able to get the kill onto Natural. Viceroy kill onto Cruz, peeks out Cubby. Moe aggressive in B main. Rotating for CT, but Void might have caught a timing here onto these guys in middle. Moe alerted of the information perfectly, but Primary faster on the shot. 1 HP, doesn't matter. Tomic, sight with the bucky. Void gets the kill onto Primary and gets another! Now it's a 1v2. Maybe map point on the line. Void opting to lock down here. Force the player into them. But Void opting to go for the flank.
30 seconds left.
The lockdown obviously going to get broken. Tomic swings out at the perfect time. 13-6. Yeah, well, 13-6 back. Well, 13-7 was the first map. Never mind, that's better.
Silent Horror just pulling out the most unlikely round to win and making that the one that finishes the game. All 5 players buying buckies, but it paid off. The close corners, Moe getting that opening pick and then being able to get a second one with Chambers' pistol, just getting value out of that. The flank coming through, the map control on the side of Silent Horror, really, again, just showing how important it was. Primary being an absolute rock for his team on that last part, those last 2 rounds, getting those very important picks and almost turning both into the favor of T3G. But Silent Horror just finding the answers, winning out the round, 6-13 Silent Horror's way.
Yeah, and we're gonna go on to a break here, and we'll see you on Lotus. Hello, we are back. Map 3 on the table. I am now joined by Zorba instead of Krellis. So
Hello.
yeah, welcome. He's gone out of his way to help me cast tonight, so thankful. And let's have a good map 3.
Indeed. Now we can see it is Lotus with Silent Horror starting on defense. Now I didn't get to see the first 2 games, but from memory, Silent Horror is better on defense. So I am expecting some good rounds from them to start us off.
Yeah, and Lotus, might be a good middle ground here. Silent Horror and T3G Graces both getting their map picks pretty confidently. So, I mean, this map's gonna be down to the wire. I think it might be pretty close. Silent Horror have been leading in the pistols, 3-1 in the pistols, and we'll have to see if they are able to keep that streak up in the pistols. And we're just waiting on. Hold on, wait. T3G ready. And Silent Horror ready. Okay, yeah, we're going.
Fantastic.
And yeah, in the agent select. Alright, natural hovering Neon. Excited?
Neon and Rays. Not Reyna.
I want to see Reyna. Oh, I want to see it. But it looks like a fairly standard comp for Silent Horror. On the side of T3G Graces, I don't think Max is actually going to lock that. Or that.
A little bit of trolling.
Or that. I don't think he's locking those.
Not Harbor.
Can't lie. Oh, we got the chamber from Gamble Nets. Oh, this is gonna be good. If we do see Harbor, that's like the ultimate counter to chamber. But no, we're seeing Euro. That's a lot more reasonable.
Yeah, no, Pop Flashes, T3G definitely needed that Euro pick. For Silent Horror, fairly standard. We do have 1 flash, 1 near sight. Well, technically 2 actually. Entry Duelist Natural. On Neon, Natural has been absolutely crazy on Neon in recent games. And as Glitch said, Gamble Nat's very, very good pick by him. He has always been good with the chamber. So, very curious to see how this goes out.
Yeah, and Gamble Nets. Hoping to buy 1 bullet. Oh, sure, and a ghost. What do you think of that buy?
Just 1. Only 1. Did he buy yeah, bought a ghost, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't blame him. Been playing a bit of chamber myself. I don't trust myself with the headhunters at all.
Yeah, no,
Not
that's
blame
fair.
him one bit.
As we wait for T3G Graces to get in position, looks like they're going for C. Gamble Knight's taking this early line. Eye comes out. Gamble Knight's able to catch onto Archetype. Now, numbers advantage in favor of Silent Horror. Void going for some cheeky right clicks, isn't able to find anything off it. Just smokes off B. And the Lark from Primary is insane right now. Primaries in holes. Gamble Nats able to catch out Max numbers, but they're not going to be watching for this. Primaries maybe gets 1. Maybe gets 2, but Nats spots him out finally, able to get the kill. Void, trade onto Viceroy, Atomic falls. Now a 3v1, Gamble Nats though, 10 HP, and the read is correct. A site is free. The spike will be going down here. Onto A, silent. Getting the plant off.
Spike planted.
See how he plays this. Probably going to be looking for a pick here. And Void doesn't seem quite aware of that, but Natural able to clean it up.
good pistol by Silent Horror. 3 alive still, that is very decisive.
Gotta go.
Ult economy will be in their favor.
Yeah, and I mean, you haven't been here, but that's the 4th pistol in the series for Silent Horror.
Oh wow.
That your
They have been very
Oh,
dominant with
time.
these pistols, yeah. And that's-
We are 4 points into Gamble Nuts Tour de Force with a full buy from Silent Horror, a Bulldog Light Shield, Outlaw for Gamble Nuts, and Sheriff Marshal.
So many light shields on the side of Silent Horror could go badly if Gamble Nats falls here. Eye comes out. Isn't perfect, but Nat's able to get out of his life. Only a right click from Silent, damaging him up. Max gonna get cleared out by the Prowler. And Natural seems to want to take this fight, but he's TPing out. And we've seen a lot of action, but no kills yet. The lurk is gonna get revealed here. And just a quiet walk up here, man. There's our Viceroy. And all 5 members of Team 3 Graces are outside B. Oh, sorry, 4 members. Don't whiffs on the trip with the right clicks, can't trust it for that. The nade and the C is heading towards Max's position. Viceroy able to get the kill on together in that zone C. Also a little bit of distress here. Void spots out Max. And he able to push into CT. Tomek though, able to get the kill onto primary and Cruz. And now Cruz has to find kill. What does equal? Void. I mean, everyone's just got their number.
1 enemy
They
remaining.
know where the last is, and he's dead. I mean,
Defuse the spike.
relatively clean anti-eco. They only lose 1 gun, I believe.
Yes, well, if you include the Sheriff as well. A fairly good buy. We are 3 points away from Tour de Force for Gamble Nuts. 4 points away from Rolling Thunder. 5 points away from... I forgot what Fatal's called.
Nightfall.
Ult economy... That.
Yep.
Ult economy is growing for T3G though. With 3 points away from Steel Garden and Showstopper.
And that's opting to take this Marshal. And spots out the jump peak, but I don't think they spotted Nats. Able to get 1 Archetype, none the wiser. The trip gets set off by the clone. Nat's not able to get the kill onto Max. Max TP's into Mound now, and Tomek just caught reloading. Void able to catch up primary. Now numbers equalized. Cruz accidentally letting the mouse one slip there. Silent aware that Cruz is watching. Reload comes out. And this A push might spell the end of Void. And it does. Viceroy able to catch Void.
Last player
Cruz
standing.
turning around the wrong time. And Natural going for the stinger play, but not able to get the shots off.
Not a horrific bonus conversion by Silent Horror, but they did not win the round. They did get 2 rifles, but ultimately probably not the most impactful out of the rounds. T3 Graces, sorry. They do have Showstopper online and a full buy.
Now we wait.
1 point away from Gamble Nuts' Tour de Force.
Yeah, Yeah, it looks like Capnet's wanting to play a deeper line on C, maybe thinking it'll be too predictable to play in Mount. The smoke comes out. Nets forced to back off. Cruz, though, gets a kill onto Max. Now, all of Team 3 Grace is deciding to rotate. Natural posted up in rubble. Awaiting anyone. Silence slowly creeping up. The jump spot might catch onto him. I believe it has. There we go. Natural not able to get the trade! And the whiffs come out.
I'm out of here.
Base a teammate just for the skin. Absolutely shameless. The eye comes out. Viceroy actually forces Gamble Nuts out. Viceroy still heavily tagged up. Nats walks into the seas. Spots out Viceroy pushing. Cruz somehow has 3 into the round. 2v1 in favor of the Silent Horror. And Primary is taken down. And that is a reset for Team 3 Graces.
Indeed, Viceroy does have his ultimate online as well. Primary 1 point away from Nightfall, so that will be 3 ultimates online for Team 3 Graces. Now, Silent Horror does have their Nightfall online, and they are 1 point away from Gamble Nuts' Tour de Force. A eco on the side of Team 3 Graces. Not quite sure what to expect here.
Gamble Nuts catches the eye and looks to play aggressive with the headhunter here. Natural opting to try and bait this wall. Able to get it. Cruz catches onto Max. Nets forced to back off. 1 off the Tour de Force. So getting a pick here with the headhunter would be pretty massive. Flood smoke comes in from the attack. And Satchel's into it. Nat's able to catch him out. Picks up the sheriff. That's not what you wanted. And Archetype's caught out by Natural. Natural swinging out more. Viceroy revealed on B. Trip's gonna catch onto Viceroy. And Viceroy decides to back off. 3v1. Silent Horror don't want to choke this. And Cruz peeks out, catches Viceroy, and secures the 4th round.
Fantastic round for Silent Horror now with 4 ultimates online from the Shadows and Rolling Thunder, as well as their Tour de Force. But Team 3 Graces also has 4 ultimates online. So really, ult economy is quite equal from both sides. Silent Horror opting to use the Tour de Force. So we can expect some very interesting gameplay if Team 3 Graces does decide to push C.
Go, go, go.
And Silent Horror taking A aggressively, able to get this space early. Gamble Nuts with the op. Takes back his TP. Faces Viceroy. Gets out with his life somehow.
You had your fun.
Viceroy catches a miss. Another miss! And Gamble Nuts is taken out. Suddenly on the other side of the map, all the picks have gone the way of Team 3 Graces. Now, 1v3. Natural letting the enemies come into his sight. You hear them, buddy? You gotta have your gun out. 1, 2,
Spike down.
and now a 1v1. Viceroy has to play this correctly. Natural still on low HP, but Natural with the shot, the 1v3, denying Team 3 Graces any chance at momentum.
Unbelievable gameplay from Natural. He has been the clutch master this series. That's the first of many clutches that he's had. 1v3s, 1v4s. I believe we've even seen an ace from him before. Fantastic gameplay coming from Natural as always. Team 3 Graces not doing fantastic on their Lotus attack, but there is still room to bring it back.
again. Silent, boombotting out. Wants to try and catch out Gamble Nats. Natural, able to catch Max, however.
They found my trap.
The trip broken, but 3 people from Silent Horror are all flooding onto this B side. But B, they're deciding to back off, wanting to re-clear A and C here for Team 3 Graces. But Nats gets the operator onto Viceroy.
Not ready yet.
Primary
Shadows traveling.
catches onto Natural DCs.
Oh, that's unfortunate. I had been speaking to Natural in DMs trying to fix that. Seems like it didn't work.
Yep, no, it's still broken. Void, however, holding up the blind. Cruz there to catch contacts. Patiently waiting. Smoke comes out. Silent, opting to take the space.
No charges. 30 seconds.
comes
Find
out.
you.
Silent able to break it. It looks like might be investigated by Silent.
One enemy remaining.
And Cruz farms them. He just gets 2. Now Silent left in a 1v4. Silent has met his horror, and there is no way he's going to win this round. He's falling off. There's absolutely nothing he can do. And an ult invested on their eco, and no value.
It seems these strangers
Very
want me
unfortunate. The showstopper did hit behind Cruz, nearly doming him, but he was able to walk away with 5 points of health to his name. Silent was able to get one, but that's not going to matter too much. Team 3 Graces on a force with 2 ultimates still online, but Silent Horror does have 4 of their ultimates online still. We are going to attack boards definitely before progressing to the next round. Honestly, I'm very, very impressed with the gameplay we've been seeing from both teams. What do you think will happen in the following rounds, Glitch?
Right now, I think Silent Horror's playstyle, fight A, fight C with the Chamber, it's been working out pretty well for them. Once Chamber's pushed off, they can kind of get their rotates in fast enough for C, and currently Team 3 Graces, their defaults haven't really done enough to force out these rotates and then go back and go to the weaker side. Right now, I think if Team 3 Graces want some more control in this map, they need to start baiting out these rotates more. I mean, the rotates are already getting baited out, but they're just too slow to react to anything. And Team 3 Graces are just falling because of it. They have the Nightfall, they have the Steel Garden. Max is 1 off the Dimensional Drift. If they can get those ults online, they can get themselves a second round, bring themselves a lifeline. They need this round. Lotus attack isn't as heavily favored, but it's still slightly favored. So they still need this the round, I think.
Nightfall and Steel Garden are both online for T3G, so they could definitely capture a round or 2 with it, especially if they chain them together. I think, watching the gameplay that I've seen thus far, T3G has been getting picked off an awful lot. A lot of defaults. I think they will need to do a 5-man at some point, or at a minimum slow the round down a lot. Pushing C, probably not the greatest idea unless they 5-man it, because Gamble Nats just keeps getting one with the op or a rifle and then TPing out. So they're going to have to do something there to counter the defense of Silent Horror.
And it looks like we should be coming into the map soon. Yep. And timer is going to be ticking in a moment. Yep. And we are live. So
Fantastic.
as we've been saying, like, yes, let's see how this round plays out, based upon what we've talked about.
5-man C by T3G. Nats is going to be setting up C, so we can see what Nats is going to do.
Not R. What for?
Oh.
It baited us. Has the gate crash been sent out? No, it is not.
That is
He
fortunate.
isn't even in call.
What? I think this calls for a disqualification. Not baiting the casters, not allowed.
Yeah. Well.
Unfortunate.
Unfortunately, that is
My ultimate
not.
is ready.
We are not getting into the round.
I'm curious to see if T3G does now change what they were going to do, or if they still commit to that 5-man C, which it does look like they are. And that's Neon.
That's natural. Look at this. This is natural.
Look at those
AFK
beady
again.
eyes. The tech pause master.
Bro has racked up more tech pauses than production, I think.
How many tech pauses have we actually had because of natural?
I think far too many. If someone wants to count it, I'll give you. Nah, actually, I'm not going to give you $10 to count it. Never mind. I'm not doing that. Do not count them and then
I'll take
expect
that.
$10. Do not do that. I'm not
Aw.
giving you $10. I don't care enough to spend $10 on that.
You know what? I do. This is legitimate. If someone makes a compilation of all the tech pauses caused by natural, I will give you $10. DM me. Zorba Noodle.
Alright, well, yep, that's you've heard it here. And let's get into the round, finally. Okay.
T3G are going to be pushing C into Gamble Nats.
Gamble Nets takes out the clone. Falls back. Goes for the pick! Gets Viceroy. Nade. Flushes him out. Not able to adjust down enough for the clone. Blind comes out. Void pushing. Doesn't know about backside. And Natural only able to get one kill. Goes for the ult play. Gets one. Pushes for Max. Knows the last one's banned from the Prowler. And Primary can't shoot a target that's moving that fast.
Very unfortunate round for T3G. They did do what I was suggesting, which was a 5-man push. They did get Gamble Nuts, but Natural with a Neon ultimate. I mean, I'm telling you now, I hate Neon ult so much. Overdrive is such a pain to deal with unless you are just up there with tracking, but that does secure the round for Silent Horror 7-1 with just the Steel Garden online for T3G, leaving From the Shadows and Rolling Thunder online for Silent Horror.
Go, go, go.
And immediately we see the fight coming out from Silent Horror. Primary called out. Blind though, Natural. Cruz gets a spam kill. And it's just been a domination so far. This rubble fight, they have no answers, and Team 3 Graces are just stuck deep. Prowler comes out. Cruz holding onto this line alongside Tom Mick. Flash comes out off the Prowler. Cruz gets one. Going for the ace. Gets the fourth. One more, buddy. Let's get the first ace of the series. We've had 2 4Ks. And another one. Another ace stolen.
By Natural of all people. Unsportsmanlike. I'm disappointed in you, Natural. That does bring it to 8-1 for Silent Horror. No Ultimate Online, no more Ultimate Online. A full buy, still in Silent Horror's favor. A force by T3G. Now, economy is very, very strong in Silent Horror's favor, so it's really going to be a tall order for
Silent
T3G.
catches out natural. With the Marshall, bit of a diff. That's these smokes making him worried he's gonna fall backside. But still though, 3v4. Best chance yet for Team 3 Graces. Nat's not able to hit the shot. Ult comes in. Nat, he's going to stay. He gets the shot! 1v3! Viceroy, not happy about that one. That's
unbelievable.
He's going a bit silly. Archetype able to get the kill. Archetype, he's been good this series. But will he be able to secure the 1v2 clutch? The Rolling Thunder not hitting Archetype at all. No sound cues. And Archetype playing quiet. Spots Cruz, doesn't go for the shot quite yet. Tomic spots out. Cruz has to hit the clutch. 1v1. And Archetype with the 1v3 brings the second round to Team 3 Grace's favor.
Fantastic round by Team 3 Graces. You know, that round went both ways for a second there, with Gamble Nuts securing, I believe, 3 picks. 2 with the op and 1 with the headhunters, but then pushing out, getting unfortunately taken out by Archetype, then the 1v2 winning the round. Fantastic gameplay by Archetype.
Now it looks like Team 3 Grace is noticing that B is a weak point and going for an aggressive and fast B. You ordinarily don't see this, and Cruz, Void both get a pick. Archetype, Lobo, not dead yet. Gamblenat opens the door, gets a kill with the AWP. Holds for some more. Natural, 2 on site. Now it's Silent once again. 1v4. And not able to do it still. 9-2.
Unfortunate.
Silent Horror looked to be running away with it.
Indeed, Silent Horror's defense has been utterly crushing and oppressive. Gamble Nuts with the absolutely insane gameplay. The amount of picks that he's gotten, I'm curious to see the first blood count at the end of the game. He's been almost attack-upping, even on defense. So, really, you got to give it to him. He's very, very proficient with it. A eco with a hero rifle on the side of T3G.
And Team 3 Grace is once again wanting to go B. They do get B much more convincingly this time. The ult coming out. And he sticks it. Void gets one for it. Yeah, Gamble Nuts whiffing a little, but he's able to get the kill. Silent, full blind. Tomic pushing them off the angle with the aftershock. Walks into it. And that's the 10-2 half.
Insane round by Silent Horror. As you said, Glitch, it does bring it to a 10-2 half. Gamble Nuts unspotted, panicking a little bit, but he did get the kill and TP'd away to safety. A interesting pistol is in order. That is Silent Horror with 2 ghosts and a sheriff. T3G with 4 ghosts and a classic light shield. What do you think we will see this attack half, given what we just witnessed on the defense half?
I honestly, I think they're just gonna keep being aggressive. I believe that Natural, his aggression has been good. Tomic and Cruz very solid with their initiator utility. I think this game might be done. Silent immediately gets right-clicked at long range. Natural now, free upgrade. Archetype
opting to flank. Will get caught out. Natural gets to kill into primary. Tomegaya is none the wiser to Max's flank.
Down A.
Suddenly, 2v3, a lot more winnable for Team 3 Graces. Hashtag digged up, Nats confirms the kill. Now, just Max left in a 1v3. Would be their second pistol of the series if they won.
Gotta go.
And Max isn't able to shoot a moving target. He's TPing out. They can't get the knife kill. It's a lot more doable, but still, Nat's gonna clean it up. And that is the 5th pistol in the series.
Unbelievable. I mean, Silent Horror have been just utterly oppressive with their pistols.
Attack.
A surrender.
A surrender!
I have not seen that in this tournament so far.
Neither have I. I'm utterly shocked. You don't typically see a surrender in structured play because it's always winnable. It's never about the RR increase. It's always about just winning the match. But we see for the first time a surrender by Team 3 Graces.
Damn. Hello.
Is that allowed?
Hi guys.
Yeah, it is. I guess. I mean, they chose to surrender. What?
We're just too good.
Yeah, I guess. Okay. So, Silent Horror. Hello.
Hey.
How you feeling after pretty dominant
Why is
Lotus?
Max here? Why is Max here?
We're so good, Lotus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just wanted them to pick Lotus. We were super confident Lotus.
Yeah.
I
I was gonna say I had the most first bloods that game.
I had the most
Haven
assists.
wasn't that bad now.
Not
We
Nats.
said Haven was that bad.
Honestly, I'm still shell shocked that they surrendered.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm even more shocked about? Natural stealing my ace.
Oh, there was 3 ace steals this series. So one was natural, one was Sahil, and one was Cruz.
Did anyone ace? No.
No,
Bro,
no one ace.
I
All
was
4
asking,
aces.
I was like, please let me ace, and 3 of them were like, no, I'm stealing it.
No,
I'm like,
literally-
please.
Yeah, literally all of us are like stealing
I
it, stealing
tried
it,
I was
stealing
like,
it.
The
No, to be fair,
disrespect.
Bruce, I just shot him through the smoke randomly.
Wait,
To be fair, you should have stolen his ace. Come on, bro.
Exactly.
It's not very nice.
Exactly.
Fantastic gameplay that we saw from you guys. I mean, Nats, I'm particularly impressed with your opping. I mean, opening up door, getting a kill, TPing out, getting them with the headhunters. Fantastic gameplay. How did you get so proficient with the operator?
Well, I'm actually known as an op crutch. So basically, everyone says I'm only ascendant because I used the op. Yeah, I mean, it's a gun where I just felt like it just feels naturally very used to it. And I have the most hours on that gun as well, I think. So yeah.
yeah, I mean,
Definitely looks like it.
yeah, definitely. I mean, I don't really know what to say about that map specifically because it was kind of a
Not
domination.
really.
But on Haven, how do you guys like reset your mental after that?
Going into like our 2 best maps, we just kind of were confident in the fact that we were going to win. Just in the moment, like we know these are our best maps. Haven was a wild card. We knew, like, we weren't certain of going to happen. We were kind of, a little bit shocked seeing the veto, and we just
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were definitely more on our comforts on Ascent and Lotus. Haven
Yeah.
was kind of like, yeah.
Haven, we were like so sure we weren't gonna play Haven, and then they
Yeah.
first picked it.
So you guys,
We were like, oh.
Yeah. So I literally like at that time I was like I had comps there, but like I wasn't sure to play them, so I didn't tell anyone to like practice or like to because I mean Void was like first time Viper on there,
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
oh, you know.
and I play the Killjoy, but I don't even like killing Killjoy. I normally would Chamber, but I was like, okay guys, we're just gonna play normal. We're gonna see how it goes.
It did not go well.
If we lose, it didn't go well. We were just saying that whatever happens, happens, and also that Natural was also super good at bringing back the mental, and just sort of getting us back into the game.
Bowie.
Yeah, Molly was
Very much an assistant in this
Assistant
victory.
on Ascent. Honestly though, I
No.
think on Ascent, you would have won that cleanly with
yeah.
Nats.
Honestly, I think, yeah. But you know, he helped very much. We're very
Yeah.
appreciative.
And on Lotus, you just dominated.
You won.
We initially thought they misclicked the timeout button when they
Yeah.
surrendered.
We almost did that.
We-
So
Yeah,
bad.
we did
Wow.
that. We did that on Ascent nearly. Yeah.
And we almost
Oh, you nearly FF to the series?
yeah. We were trying to time out at like 12 to like whatever the score was.
No, it was like 11. Like
It was like, no, it was 12-5, it was 12-5.
Yeah. And then we FF.
Yeah, we were like, whoa. Yeah. Close call.
Well, with this win, 11-2 on Lotus, for some
Yeah.
reason.
Whoa.
You
actually,
are.
13 to 2, right?
Yeah, it counts as 13-2. But you
That's
are now in the 3-2 bracket.
Game of playoffs.
Wait.
Yeah, one
all
game
of
of
my
playoffs.
teams in 3-2 bracket.
Wait, yes.
Oh my god.
That is.
Wait, even dogs?
Wait,
even
Silent
no,
has
no,
met his
dogs.
horror
I'm
is
not.
crazy.
Wait, you're on dogs? I forgot
Yeah,
about
on
that.
the temp side. On the temp side. For AC.
Wait, hold on. Who's versing dogs?
No, we're just talking about dogs.
Oh, okay.
Wait, glitch. The
But with
quote-
this
I
win,
am on dogs.
oh,
It was a 28-minute game, that's crazy.
Yeah.
that was.
How did that
Wait,
track
yeah.
out? Even happen?
I think your game just completely shattered the mental team through Graces, because
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
That's kind of our game
are-
plan.
That was our goal.
That was
Like,
our
we were
goal.
shooting, that was like shooting bodies and stuff.
they
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
they seem defeated, like so defeated in their team chat. I don't even know if they're gonna play the next game. That's
Oh.
that's pretty bad.
Silent has met
Yikes.
his horror, man.
Yeah, I literally said that on the cast. I said that in like a 4v1 or something. No, but anyways, if you have any more questions, Zorba, if you don't, we will end it here.
Well, my only question is, what do you guys have to say to your opponents?
Fair play. Played well on Haven, wild card that we weren't prepared for.
Yeah.
Worry opponents to start. In the end, we were just the better team coming out.
I just want to say, W Vito really got us with the hate in there, but
Yeah, well,
overall, good job, guys. Yeah, well played, GG.
thank you.
Yeah.
I do appreciate the sportsmanship. That will be all for tonight. Thank you for playing for us.
All good.
Thank you very
Our
much.
pleasure,
Thank
our
you very
pleasure.
much for having me. Yeah.
Bye.
Alrighty. See you guys soon.
And goodbye, stream. That is all for tonight. If you're in the Discord, the matches will be revealed shortly. I'm just going to do all the stats for this game, and